Good evening. It's Graham Healy from Trade Canary Australia, New Zealand. Tonight, I'm actually going to take you step by step through a very important strategy, and it's called the red line, blue line, or in Trade Canary, we call it momentum bullish or bearish. Now, this is not going to be a very long video, but it's a very important one because the strategy of the red line, blue line is one strategy that you can use without any complication whatsoever. You just follow the red line and the blue line, and Trade Canary actually feeds you those trades by automation, or you can do them manually. I'll sort of go through how you do that, both ways to do it. But this particular strategy, I forget the name of there was a famous trader who took a group of students who knew absolutely nothing about trading, zero knowledge. And he just said, okay, I'm going to mentor you guys. You just follow what I do. And he introduced them to the blue line, red line methodology or strategy. And that's all they did. They just followed the blue line and the red line. They just did the trades that met that criteria. And from memory, I did it in one of the courses I did some time back. But from memory, he took them from, I don't know, it was like some very small amount. They started an account with about 5,000 each. And by the end of it, I think it took him 4 years, but they're all millionaires by the end of it. So again, this aligns up with what Trade Canary's basic philosophy is long-term thinking, not short-term quick fix. However, saying that, there are a few opportunities in the short-term quick fix, such as earnings trades, where I've just done a video on that. You can become a member of, Trade Canary Australia, New Zealand.com, do the course, basic course, $75 a week for 8 weeks, and then you've got lifetime membership to the Trade Canary Australia New Zealand website, and you've got access to all the videos, the education videos that I've done up. There's 30 of them there at the moment, and they cover all these different strategies. Now, without further ado, I will get into, that's our website, so go through that. I will get into the red line, blue line. So first of all, again, I'm not going to go into this in great detail, but I'm just going to give you an overview to realize how effective this particular strategy is and how you can basically get emails from Trade Canary giving you this strategy without having to go into it and doing it manually. Of course, you can do it manually as well, as I've done for a few years. So one of the free screeners is called FinViz, Financial Visualizations. It's got written there. And in that, I think I'm signed into it. Let's see. Am I signed in? Just one moment, please. If I'm not, it'll sign me in. Yes, I'm signed in. So in that, I've got the screeners already preset, and I'm not going to go through that in great detail. I'm going to go look at the 100-day earnings strategy with, let's say, technology. Now, in that, there's a screening that's been already set up on the 200-day simple moving average. It's got basically clicked the 200-day simple moving average volume over 1 million. Technology ticked here. Price above SMA 20 and price above SMA 50. So SMA 50, SMA 20, they're the key filters that we look with. And then you go along the overview, you get to basic, click basic, and then you'll find trades that'll come up, charts that'll come up according to that filtering system. Now, Trade Canary effectively does this. You can do this manually, but it takes you a long time to go through the manual procedures. I won't go through the manual procedures here, but basically I would do this previously. This took me hours to go through. There's like there's 10 pages. Each page has got about 10 trades. And then you meticulously go through every single trade and see if it cross-checks with the blue line, red line, bullish procedure. And, if you've got all day to do that, fine. And you may find some very good earnings trades, but I won't go through that on this video because I just want to do an overview. Now, if we go to Trade Canary, and I'll just show you that it's in dark mode. You can also put Trade Canary in light mode, but dark mode, I've got used to it. Everyone seems to be doing dark mode. And anyway, that's how it is. Now, we go along from the dashboard, digging deep lists, and we go find opportunities. All right. Now, I'm just going to take you through. I'm not going to get into the other trade setups here, but basically these are canned strategies. And here you can, if you really know what you're doing, you can detail it in a greater way. You can change the parameters, but I would say forget about doing that unless you've been trading for some time. Okay, just look at the canned strategies that Eric from Trade Canary has already done up. Now, the two we're going to focus on, there's a whole range of canned strategies, insider trading, long-term holds, medium-term holds, strength buy signals from ones that are oversold, or, you'll do, they might be at the bottom of the curve, or the top of the curve, they might be selling off. And then we've got momentum bullish, momentum bearish. We've got the range trader bullish, range trader bearish. These two ones are what basically encapsulates what some trade strategists call the Bollinger Bands, or they'll call it butterfly trades, or they'll call it pin butterflies, or they'll call it iron condors and various names like this. So when you do all this education that I've done 2 years of it, they have different names for the various strategies. But what Eric from Trade Canary has done, he's kept it all simple, so you don't have to worry about all the the education side of what makes up a butterfly call and how to do it manually. I can do it manually, but with the range trader bearish and range trader bullish, you just click that and it'll give you trades. So this is why Trade Canary is made, giving you the opportunities of these various canned strategy packages, and we've got basically our names on them. Like this momentum bullish and momentum bearish basically is a blue line, red line strategy, which I spoke about at the beginning, and we'll go into that in a second. Now, as an example, we've got momentum bullish. In other words, where the finger's going up, the finger's going down, pointing up. So this is trades that are expected to increase, and the blue line and the red line will cross in the positive direction, where the momentum bearish will be going in the other directions. The trades can only go up or down, or they can run along the channel. This one here is about channel trading. Not focused on that. We're focused on momentum bullish on tonight's trading. Red line, blue line. It's a fundamental, very good strategy. And even if you just did this strategy, you would get a lot of winning trades, especially having Trade Canary, which filters 11,880 stock market companies on the New York stock market, and possibly millions, if not billions, of data points into an executive summary. So we press that, momentum bullish, and we go search. The little icons rolling around there. Again, as I say, I can do these manually, but it just takes you all day to get through all those other FinViz screeners and all the rest of it. Whereas, why not get Trade Canary to do the work for you? So here we go. Now, these are what Eric calls baseball cards. So these are all the opportunities, and there's plenty of them. Look, this is how many opportunities that canned strategy has brought up. I mean, 3 across the page. I won't bother counting them all, but one I did look at the other night, and I'm going to look at it again, is Ashbury Automotive Group. So you look through this, it gives you a basic overview about it. Okay, in the range, it's about mid-range. Its potential is to go up about 300 to 303. Its lowest range was 212. That's the price of the stock, per share. And then here's all the averages. So the 9-week, the 20-week, the 5-week, the 200-week averages. You can see these little triangles. That's the 9 weeks going up, the 20 weeks going down, the 50 weeks going up. And you can hardly see that, but it's actually going up, the 200-week one going up. So the strength trader, this is a new indicator that Eric's put in there. This is whether to buy, or if it starts edging towards here, this is, it's called relative strength. Now, relative strength goes from 0 to 100, and the buy signals are around about 30, and then the sell signals are around about 70. So it's sort of edging up a little bit. However, we'll have a look at that anyhow. So this here just gives you some fundamentals, and when it's green on the screen, that is a very good indicator. If it's red, we've got this little caution thing. Doesn't mean that we're not going to do it. It means that we'll have a look at it. And even the range trader is being signaled here. Now, that was a channel trading. Now, I'm not going to go into that in this video. I'm only focused on momentum bullish. Okay, now when we actually hit the chart, we can have a look at the options chain, but let's just press the chart. And I've got the chart up here anyhow. So when Ashbury Automotive comes up here, and I've already got a trade on this, by the way. The day I put this trade on, again, I just happened to be looking at, the opportunities page on Trade Canary, and I'll have a look at this, click. Oh, right. Okay, it's on the move. So this is as simple as it is, without getting complicated. You see, if this blue line, which is actually the exponential moving average, 9-day exponential moving average, the red line is a 21-day exponential moving average. So this is without getting technical, this is focused on a momentum of the actual trade. So the trade's moving forward, this will pick it up. So how does it pick it up? Simple. See this line here, once the blue line crosses the red line, and it has, and you see about down there, it crossed over, and it went a bit squiggly there, but however, it did cross over here, and then it sort of crossed over again. So when it crosses over, that's a signal that, yes, it's a go, that will buy this trade, say a call. Imagine if we bought a call when the value was right down here somewhere, 226. And the blue line, red line strategy, we didn't look at any other strategy. We just said, okay, we're going to rely on the blue line, red line. We're going to get a call at 226, see where it goes. So there it is in the 2nd of January, June, July, right up to the end of July. It's pulled back a little bit, but right up to here, I actually got this trade on, I think it was the 9th of July. The very next day, this candle just went, look, right up. There's a wick up there. If we can expand this a little bit so you can see it. I got it the day, I think I got about here. I bought it here. Now, based on Trade Canary thing, I said, okay, this looks all right, even though I'd rather bought it down here. But, I got it here, and next minute, boom, this candle shot right up to here. So, I think it cost me 130 American dollars to get in on this trade. And the very next day, it was worth 400 American dollars. It 4x'd the next day. Now, I could have sold that then. I could have said, okay, I'll just take the 400 and put it in my trading account. But I didn't, because I thought, no, I'll look at it a little bit more long term, because in Trade Canary, we look more long term. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. Now, according to the founder of Trade Canary, Eric, his philosophy, and of course, you know, like with any organisation, the founder who's been trading for like 25 years or so, got a 98% strike rate, you're more inclined to listen to what he's got to say about things. But so what I do is I listen to Eric, and I then do a summary of what he says about what he calls conservative trading, long-term trading. Now, you can see here I took this trade out. We worked it out. I'll show you how I'll work it out in a second. But the main thing was that the blue line crossed the red line, and that's a signal to buy a call, right? Now, we can put in Trade Canary's actually got a signal there somewhere. I think if I put it in, oh no, I'll close it off. Here it is. I'll put it back on. Bonk. That should, did it come up? No, I won't worry about it. Anyway, Trade Canary does have little buy, sell signals, but little flags that go up there, but you don't really need them as long as the blue line crosses the red line. Now, if it's a put going in the opposite direction, the blue line will go below the red line. You see how they're both above the red line here, and it's above what they call the MACD. Now, just so to make it confused on that, I'll bring up MACD so you know what it means. MACD is a moving average convergence divergence and is a trend following momentum. Think momentum indicator used by technical analysis of securities and prices, blah, blah, blah. So we're not going to, this is not going to be a lecture on momentum, but this indicator here, where we bring this up, this shows you the momentum of the trade. So that's, you know, negative, and that's green is a buy and red is sell, right? So this situation here, you can see there's slight green, more you can see it more dramatic in this section of the trade. Just imagine if we did this section, suddenly the blue crosses over the red and it crosses here. These are almost identical. This would be an absolute ideal place to get on board with the call there where it crosses over. Both are crossed over, tick in the box. The blue is over the red, and it actually kept going all the way up to here, 307. It started at 237. Okay, Graham Healy from Trade Canary, Australia, New Zealand. That is the end of that video. The actual full length of the video is available on our website in the educational part. So that's just gives you a little bit of an idea of the, you know, how the blue line, red line strategy goes. But to get full detail of that, you know, requires you becoming a member on Australia, sorry, Trade Canary, Australia, New Zealand. That's only $75 a week for 8 payments, and after that you've got lifetime membership to Trade Canary Australia, New Zealand. So I'll see you on the other side. Also, you may look at subscription to the Trade Canary software. That's a fairly big ticket item, but to start with, you can do the you know, the basic beginners course, and I look forward to teaching you that. Graham Healy over and out.